Hello there, welcome to the fourth episode of the WordPress series. In this series, I'm hoping to be sharing you educative and interesting videos on how to use WordPress. So in the previous three episodes, I showed a walkthrough on how to install WordPress on your localhost machine from scratch. So in today's episode, we are going to take a look at users management in WordPress. So first, to start with, what does it mean when I said users management? So users management simply means, for instance, if you're having a website and the website you want to enable, you are having multiple users on the website. So what I'm trying to say is that you have a website, right? So you want to assign someone to be the one to be writing, like a writer on the website. You want to assign another person to be designing, like when it comes to designing maybe a page or a post, you want to assign another person for that. And you also want to assign for someone to be managing the technical aspects of the website, so making three different roles. So you cannot give your login details, your own personal login details, to all of these three people. So in this case, you can take advantage of users management by adding the writer and assigning the role of editor to the writer, and you add the designer and assign an higher privilege to the person, and the person that you want to be managing the technical aspect of your website, you can assign a much more higher role, like an higher privilege to the person. So this is what I mean by users management in WordPress. So before we dive in, let me give a brief introduction about who I am. My name is Tunde Abdulhamid Sanusi Tunde, the web as Tuham, a creative fellow, web designer, storyteller, and WordPress consultant. And you can always find me at www.tuhamworld.com, TUHAMWORLD.com. You can also check me out on Twitter at Tuhamworld. Now let's dive in and get started. So here on my screen, I have the WordPress, the dashboard for my for the WordPress website that we are using for this series, this episode case study. So if you want to add, earlier I mentioned about we are assigning three people. So we have the writer, we have the designer, and we have the person who will be managing the technical aspect. So let's say in this case study, I want to take advantage of just two users, so only the writer and someone who I want to be managing the technical aspect of the website. So to do that, once you are in your WordPress dashboard, you come down to users. So when you are on the users tab, this tab contains the list of all the users that are currently in your website. So now we have only one user here, which is simply me. And so I want to add if you want to add a new user to your website, you just click on the add new. So when you click on add new username, and this is very important, you have to provide the username. It is not optional. So let's say I want to put Yusuf. So Yusuf, that is the username that I want to give the person, and then the email yusuf@gmail.com, or let me just use yusuf@example.com. Assuming the person, that's the email of the person that I want to add. So first name Yusuf, last name so, and you can also generate a password for the person, or you can enter a much more customized password for the person. So in this case, I would suggest you generate a password for the person, so that and when you generate the person, that doesn't mean that the person is going to be using that password for it is a permanent decision. The person can still change the password by him or herself. So this is the password tab, and you scroll down, so send the new user an email about their account. So you can decide to send the new user that you want to add an email that you've just just add them to your dashboard. So I'll prefer taking this option. And then this role is also very important. This is the part where you select what you want the new user to be. So, and there are different roles here. We have the subscriber. This subscriber cannot do anything on your website except to receive notification. And we have the contributor, we have the author, we have the editor, we have the administrator. So I'm just going to make my new user an author. So add new user. So now I have Yusuf as an author of my website. So now I'm going to add a second person who will be managing the technical aspect of the website. So click on add new user. Then I'm giving the person forward. So forward at example.com. So forward add you. So you can also generate, like I previously mentioned, or in this case I want to give a much more customized password to forward, so I can just say forward 2021 at due. So that's the password I want to use. So since I want to make forward an administrator, I want to give forward an higher privilege than Yusuf. So I can assign him a much more higher, like editor. So editor is an higher role. These roles are arranged based on their privilege. So I'm just going to make forward an administrator. So add new user. So when you click on add new user, now I have 3 users, or 3 total number of users on my website, which is me, Yusuf, and forward. So the that is how to add a new user to your dashboard, to your website. So you can also easily change, let's say I want to change Yusuf, also I want to upgrade his role. You can upgrade or downgrade the role. So you can click on Yusuf, you click on the username, then you come here, change role to administrator. So you change the role to administrator, and you can click on forward and downgrade the role to an author. So that is if you want forward to be writing and you want Yusuf to be managing the technical aspect of the website. So that's all you need to know for now about users management in WordPress. If you have any questions or there is something else you would like to know about users management in WordPress, you can leave a comment or message me at hello@tuhamword.com.